What's up, J Fusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to talk about Kento Fukamiya once again. So, in today's episode, we are going to focus on that. So, I recorded this after watching today's superhero time. So, uh, before we continue on, I might mention some spoiler-ish points, but I will try not to spoil the entire episode so you can find out what happens when you see it for yourselves. But again, just in case, just a precautionary measure, I will put some spoiler alerts. So, anyways, with that said, let's move on. So, like I said, in today's episode of Kamen Rider Saber, we see Kento return, and he is indeed the new Kamen Rider Calibur. Well, just as I kind of called it a few videos ago. So, but I guess it's not really a prediction, but uh, the writers have actually been uh, building this up. So since the moment Kento died, so I'll mention why I'm quoting that later. So since Kento quote unquote died, this has been kind of the direction that the writers did want to push through with, and it did happen today. So going back, so when I said Kento died, so I didn't think he actually completely died. So we did see his body vanish, but it seems that his body itself was absorbed into the sword. And considering how potentially powerful the Ankokuken Kurayami is, it probably gave Kento some time to recover and heal from his injuries, although uh, he is still seen today with some bandages around him, so he may still have had some injuries. I mean, those were pretty serious injuries. So even if he survived, it would have taken time to recover. So he is kind of strong enough to fight once again, but again, he still has bandages on his body. Now, when Kento was shown in this episode, so we see him kind of inside the sword, and he wasn't there for nothing. Like, he wasn't just sitting in the dark and waiting for his injuries to heal. No, he saw something. So it seems that the sword was showing him something. And this may be related to what his father, Hayato, was trying to say before. So, if you guys remember back in the first few episodes, uh, we are led to believe that the first Kamen Rider Calibur that we see in the show, Hayato Fukamiya, again, Kento's father. So he betrayed the Sword of Logos, so to say, but it was revealed that in his conversation with Daichi, the previous Kamen Rider Saber, and also the following or the second Kamen Rider Calibur that we see, Hayato reveals to Daichi that there is a traitor within the Sword of Logos, and when the sword was passed on to Daichi, so uh, Daichi was convinced that Hayato was actually correct, and that there is actually someone in the Sword of Logos who is probably up to more sinister things, much more sinister probably than what the Megiddo intends. So, uh, we are also given an interesting insight into the Ankokuken Kurayami and how it is kind of a special sword as explained by Yuri. So, if you guys may remember, I think around episode 22, so with the history of the Wonder World, the Sword of Logos and stuff, when uh, we see some illustrated flashbacks. So Yuri was shown or was illustrated wielding both the Psycho and Kurayami. Now, again, he explains what the Kureyami can do and why it actually exists. So it is not just a powerful sacred sword, it is quite an important sacred sword at that. So if you watch this episode of Kamen Rider Saber, you will find out why. So, of course, Kento returns and actually tries to fight off everyone, Toma included, of course. And after the battle, we see that Daishinji is actually no longer able to transform into Kamen Rider Slash. So, you will see how it happened in this episode. So, yeah, we kind of learn more about that. So again, overall, when talking about Kento, so he's like I said, he's now the new Kamen Rider Calibur, and who knows how long this may last. So he would either be Kamen Rider Calibur for the rest of the show, or maybe there would be a point that he would return to being Kamen Rider Espada. We don't know yet because again, we still don't know what's up with Kento's sword. So the Raimeikan uh, Ikazuchi. So uh, again, we're going to have to see for ourselves whether he would stay as Caliber for the rest of the show or go back to being Espada. So this is going to be an interesting point going forward. Now, uh, and maybe a little bit into Master Logos. So, yeah, we kind of called it Shinken Gold is Master Logos. So, you don't just introduce, uh, you know, a known actor, or at least someone who is known in the Toei Tokusatsu fandom. You don't just introduce like an actor like Keisuke Soma and just have him an like a minor character. So his appearance definitely meant something. How he appeared before Toma, how meant something, and yeah, he is Master Logos. So it's interesting to see, by the way, that how he will become. I would say he is indeed a third party. So uh, so this is kind of a spoiler. So he does mention that he is willing to use both the riders and the Megiddo and like have them fight each other while he is in the background plotting his own schemes and actually considering uh, Master Logo's schemes, it may have something to do with what Kento saw while inside the Kurami. So, what is it? So, I'm going to have to ask you guys to watch it for yourselves whenever Kamen Rider Saber becomes available next. So, anyways, that would be all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please do leave a like on this video, comment, share this video, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from GE Fusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.